Garden room businesses, if you're tired of relying on word of mouth and want to fill your diary with 40 to 50 high quality leads every single month, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to set up Facebook ads that actually work. So I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's dive straight in. Right, so here we are. Like I said at the start of the video, this is specifically for garden room businesses, and I'd recommend anyone, if you haven't even set up your own Facebook ad campaign before, follow this step by step, pause it when you need to pause it, and basically follow exactly what I'm doing to get the campaign up and running. Obviously, there's different intricacies, but this is just the very top level for how you can get a campaign up and running to start generating qualified leads for your garden room business, basically. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're logged into the business Facebook page. And the first thing we want to do is obviously go over to the Ads Manager. This is just your standard timeline. So we're going to go over to Ads Manager on the left-hand side here. Once this loads, we're going to go over to Campaigns. And then it's going to bring up a page similar to this. This is just a dummy account. It's not something that's active at the minute. But I'll walk you through basically how you would set it up. So make sure the ad account is selected and the one that you're going to be using is selected. You then go over to Create, because we're creating a whole new campaign. This here, Facebook is asking you, what's the purpose of the campaign? What do you want to do? Do you want to generate sales? Do you want engagement? Do you just want traffic to a landing page? But obviously in this case, we are prioritizing leads. So we'd select leads, then go to continue. Now here, this will be throughout the video. What Facebook likes to do is it has its own recommendations for those that are starting up and maybe haven't run a Facebook ad before, which might be some of you out there. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to set it up all manually because we've tested and we've tried various different variables that could be introduced to the ad account and the ads that we run. And we want full control over this. We don't want Facebook making guesses on what they believe will work best. So we're going to select manual leads campaign. Go to continue. What I'd recommend you do is you name the campaign something that's going to make sense to you, basically. So let's just say garden room offer. Obviously name it whatever you want to do. You can keep all this as is. Basically, this is what's called the campaign level. And what we're doing here is, this is the setup. So like I mentioned before, the purpose of this campaign, what we're trying to do, which is leads. So we can leave that as is at the minute. The next step of sort of setting up the campaign is what's called the ad set level. Now the ad set level is the audience that you're basically looking to target. So again, this is really important that you get this section right, because you don't want to be showing ads to people who have no interest in garden rooms at all. So you want to be really sort of focusing on that. So you can see here, we can either take them to an instant form, which is a Facebook form that you can create that people can basically autofill on Facebook. We don't like to do this because of the fact that you don't get the best quality when you just do a Facebook form. Some people fill it in by mistake, and this just means that you're wasting your time chasing leads that have no interest in what you're offering. So we always select website. The performance goal is to maximize the number of conversions, which is obviously what we want to do. So we want to keep that as is. The data set. So the data set is how Facebook basically tracks how many conversions you get and how many website visitors you get as well. So again, plenty of YouTube videos out there that show you how to set up a data set. But for the sake of this video, I'm not going to run through that just because it become a little bit too long. So I'm going to select this one here. And then again, conversion event. What conversion event are we looking for? We're looking for leads. So we're going to select leads on that. The next part of the ad set level is the budget. So again, we have clients that we work with that spend £20 a day, and we have some that spend up to £200 a day. It really does depend on how much available budget you have. What I would recommend is, though, and what's important for you to understand is, obviously, the more money you spend on Facebook, the more people are going to see your ads. And when you're dealing with, obviously, garden room businesses where there's a large return when you get those conversions, I would recommend anywhere over sort of £30 to £40 a day to start with until you find your feet, and then look to even scale that even further. But yeah, you can set that in there. The next step is obviously the location and the audience, and something I personally do rather than using Facebook's audience controls. I always switch to original audience options. Again, this just allows me to have more flexibility on who we're targeting and what we're targeting. So for example, for here, locations United Kingdom, but say we didn't want to obviously travel that far, we can search for, say, Manchester in this section. Oh, it's not, that's American. Greater Manchester, target that in there. So you can see on the right hand side here, this is what Facebook believes the size of the audience would be. So it's important to keep an eye on this audience size, because at the end of the day you want it to be large enough that it gets enough traction in terms of your ads and people seeing it. You don't want this number to be too low. However, we are going to reduce it even further because of the fact you can see here on the age demographic, they're searching and they're going to be showing the ads to people that are 18 to 65 plus. Now, not many 18-year-olds, unless they're doing really well or they're a professional footballer, probably have the finances to purchase a garden room. So we're going to increase this to, let's say, 27 to 65 plus. You can see it's brought the audience size down a little bit. But that's fine for the purpose of not wasting ad spend on teenagers, basically. Again, here you can target even further in terms of what people are interested in. So if there's a keyword, or you can even search for things like certain garden publications, even garden room publications that people might be following because they have an interest in garden rooms. You can type that in there. We like to keep it relatively broad because, like I say, we don't want to narrow the size too much. So yeah, I'd try to keep it as broad as possible because Facebook's algorithm is good and it will find the right people that you're looking for. So obviously set that up now. The audience is okay. We're now going to go over to actually creating the ad itself. Now on here, again, I'd set the name to something you're going to remember. And then obviously what you do is you select the Facebook page and the Instagram account it's going to be running from. Something I'll always do is turn off multi-advertiser ads, because again, it's another sort of Facebook recommendation that it wants you to do, but we want full control over the ads and where they're being placed as well. So turn that off. You then obviously display the funnel or the website landing page that you're going to be driving traffic to in here. So we place that in there, which is great, which is the funnel and where we're going to be driving traffic. We're then obviously we're not using an instant form. We're driving traffic straight to the website, so you want it to be none. And just quickly on the actual website itself, now for all of our clients, all of our garden room clients, we use a optimized landing page. And the reason for this is websites are great, however, they're almost like online brochures. They're not fantastic at converting. People often get distracted, they'll click elsewhere, or they'll just get bored and then go on to the next thing. The landing pages that we use are gamified, and it's a sort of new way of getting as much out of the traffic that you're getting on a landing page as possible. So if you do want another video on how to create a landing page that converts for garden room businesses, just let me know, leave a comment, and I can create a separate video for this. So yeah, we can actually show you the template of the funnels that we use that currently are operating at around 6 to 7% conversion rate, when usually a website's around a 2% conversion rate. So yeah, always have a think about this, because you can spend as much money as you want driving traffic to a certain area, but if the landing page or the place that they're being taken isn't optimized for conversions, you might as well just burn your money. So really important part of the process as well. Now obviously we want to set up the ad itself. So for this example, we're going to use a video ad. Again, we're going to just exit off all these here because, let me just delete that like that. We don't want to apply site links because we can basically, we know where we're going to be driving traffic, so we don't want anyone else getting distracted. Again, it's all about focus and just getting them on the page to convert. So we can get rid of those. We're then just going to select a video like this here, which I'll show you. These are the types of videos that we actually create for our clients. So a bit of a shameless plug, but if you are a garden room business, and a big part of what we do is obviously the content we create that gets people to stop scrolling, the targeting that we do, so we target our audiences and what I'm showing you here, but then also the landing pages and converting them. And then something we also do with our clients is we use AI to qualify each of the leads that come through, have personable conversations with the leads, contact them within 60 seconds and get them booked in for a quote visit, all without our clients have to do anything basically. So yeah, like I say, this is just one aspect of the process. So to get it all right, there is a little bit of work that's needed, but once it's set up, it's done then, and you've got basically a revolving door of leads and quote visits coming through. So this is an example of one of the videos that we created for our clients. I'll just play it now.
Need extra space but don't want the hassle of lengthy build? At Eco Home Space, we'll install your garden room in just 4 days with minimal disruption to your home. No complicated paperwork, no months of waiting, just a hassle-free process. We offer a wide range of designs, sizes and colours to suit your home, all with a 10-year guarantee for peace of mind. Visit our showroom in Winslow, Cheshire to see how easy it is to add extra space to your home.
So again, that's just an example of one of the ads that we're currently running for one of our clients. We're then going to go to skip and continue. We're going to untick turn on flexible media. We're going to make sure that it's positioned right. Obviously, these haven't been optimized for like story and for timeline, but if we're being honest, we find that filming them in landscape like this works quite well. We've tested both, and this sort of cinematic view of it being in landscape actually works pretty well. So yeah, we'll keep that as that for now. We then go to next, and here is where, okay, we've got the creative, we've got the video that we're going to run. What we now want to do is actually create content that's going to get people to convert. So here we're just going to insert our text. So as you can see, what we've got is tired of arguing with family over who gets the living room, say goodbye to endless arguing over space with our garden rooms. So what we're doing here is, and one of the most important parts of any ad is the hook, which is either the first sentence or the first 3 to 4 seconds of any video. If you capture people within that first couple of seconds, you're going to get them to either click through or watch the entirety of the video or the content that you've put out there. So more now than ever, this is so important because of the fact that people's attention spans are so limited. We call it the TikTok effect. People just scroll and scroll and scroll. So if you're not capturing people's attentions instantly, you're going to lose them. So this sort of what we're using here is a hook that obviously gets people to resonate with that issue. So tired of arguing with your family over who gets the living room. If anyone is having that issue, they're going to resonate with it and probably read on. So, and then also what we're giving them here is a solution. So say goodbye to endless arguing over space with our garden rooms. So you've got here, we're presenting a problem that you might be resonating with, and then we've also got a solution for that. So we've captured them within that first sentence. Then what we have, a load of USPs, just with these, again, something that we've done. We don't know if it's a psychological effect, but these green tick emojis seem to work really well. We've tried the normal black ticks, we've tried the green ticks, we've tried the X's, the red X's emojis. But we find these actually work the best. So installed in 4 days, fully insulated, maintenance free, 10-year warranty, no moving or renovation. So if someone does have a checklist in the head or any objections, we're sort of ticking off these for them and clearing those objections up within the content that we're putting out. And then at the bottom, just a clear call to action. So tap the button to claim your offer and get your garden room. Really simple, really clear, not overly complicated. We're not writing a full Shakespeare essay. We're making it nice and clear. What we do, the problem we solve, our USPs and a call to action. That's it. And we're hoping the video will support what they're looking for as well. The next part is obviously the headline. We now need a headline, and I'll show you how this looks in terms of its formatting in a minute. But this headline needs to be short and snappy, and again, get people to act on it as well. So we're just going to add our headline here. So claim our limited time offer today. So we're just reinforcing the call to action, getting people to act now and actually do something about it. And what we're also doing here is injecting a little bit of urgency by saying this is a limited time offer and you need to act now, basically. So we add that into the headline, and we find this works really well. Now what you need to do is obviously select the call to action button. So what do you want the button to be? There's so many different variations you can do. You can do book now, contact us, get offer, learn more, order now. There's so many different ones. We seem to go for, and what we found actually works the best, is the learn more button in terms of the call to action. And we believe the reason for this is the fact that when you click a call to action like book now, it's a commitment, whereas with learning more, there's no commitment there. People are just clicking through to learn a little bit more about what it is you have to offer, and it makes life a lot easier for the person that's reading the ad to commit to just learning a little bit more and go into the landing page. Any other one can seem a little bit like a commitment to them. So this learn more call to action works quite well. I'm going to click next. Again, we like to turn all these off. We want full control over the ads that we've created, and these are suggestions that basically they want Facebook run for you, but we turn these off. And then what we're going to do is click done. And then, as you can see here, you get the advanced preview, so you can see exactly what it looks like. You can see here, and you can see across the board what it looks like for all the different platforms, all the different placements, so people's stories, people's timelines, all that sort of thing. You can have a look at it to make sure it's set up and formatted correctly. So we might make some changes here. You can see tired of arguing with family over who gets the living room. We might have that as the initial hook, and then we'll tab down here and then say goodbye to endless arguing over space with our garden rooms. Installed in 4 days. So you can see here the initial hook before you press learn more is going to be quite intriguing, and people are probably going to click read more. And then what you've got next is obviously the headline. So claim our limited time offer today. That's what the headline is, what I was discussing before. That's placed here, and then the learn more call to action is there as well. And then you're pretty much ready to go on this. Make sure the tracking's okay. Make sure it's going to the right pixel. And then once you've got that, you can just press publish, and you can publish the ad and get it up and running. Something that's really important to do, you monitor it, you keep an eye on it, make sure it's running okay, make sure it's been shown to the right people. But that's an overview of how we create the ads. Obviously, we run anywhere between sort of 10 to 15 different ads at a time. We'll use different image ads, we'll use carousels, which is multiple images, and then we use a lot of video as well. So give it a go. If you have any questions at all, just leave a comment below. Like I said before, a bit of a shameless plug, but our agency, we work specifically with garden room businesses. Whenever we bring on a new client, we get a filming day booked in within that first week, and on this day we come down to either your showroom or any customers that are happy for us to do any filming. We'll come down, we'll shoot anywhere between sort of 10 to 15 different video ads. And then we obviously have a bank of content then to use on the ads themselves. And then we obviously generate the leads for our clients. We also get them, we have an AI appointment setter who reaches out to the leads within 60 seconds of submission, get them booked in for a quote visit, and then we follow up to remind them of their quote visit as well. So we offer this entire done for you service where we're helping garden room businesses all over the UK have a diary that's packed with quality leads and quote visits. So that's an overview. If you have any questions at all, just leave a comment below. Make sure to like the video. Also, if you subscribe as well, I'm going to be bringing out plenty of content around garden room businesses, and how we basically help them grow and book out their diaries with quote visits. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully speak to you soon.